Hey everybody, Chris from Retzone here. Got another video for you. Today I'd like to talk about something that I've had for quite some time. I was doing some spring cleaning and I came across this old hard drive that I had kicking around that I totally forgot about it. This is a 40 megabyte Western Digital hard drive from 1991 that actually uses a servo mechanism to move the head around. Current hard drives use what's called a voice coil to move the head around. This is actually a servo-driven hard drive, and it's 40 megabytes, and it's actually IDE. Hard drives of this age usually were called MFM or RLL. I don't know if this works. I don't remember when I got it, and I don't know what's on it. So I thought I would fire it up and see what we find. So as you can see, this would fit in a AT or an XT because it's got the front panel with the light on it, of course. This was probably more likely for an XT because this is an IDE, and ATs, I don't know if ATs had IDE or not. It's been so long since I've seen one, I don't recall. But it's got your standard 40-pin IDE connector and your Molex connector. So I will get my IDE to USB adapter and my laptop, and we'll fire this up and see what we can find on it, or if it actually works. The last time I tried it, it works. But that was quite some time ago, over 10 years now. So I will grab my laptop and my adapter and we'll see what we can get. BRB.
A few moments later.
So I attempted to hook up this drive using a USB to IDE adapter, but this drive is so old that it doesn't pass the drive configuration through the USB adapter to Windows. So I tried it on several different computers, my Windows computer and my Linux computer, and they both didn't recognize the drive. Windows showed the drive, but it said it was 0 bytes because it wasn't getting the size information. Like, it needs the cylinders, the heads, the sectors, and the landing zones to figure out how big the drive is. So I have my XP rig here, so I've hooked it up to the XP rig, and let's see if I can get the XP rig to recognize it. So this motherboard has actual IDE ports on it, so if I have to, I can manually set the cylinders, which is 782, 4 heads, 27 sectors, and a landing zone of 782. If this motherboard doesn't recognize the drive. Now the funny thing is I had a hard time finding a regular 40-pin IDE cable. Most of the ones I have are 80 pins. And I wasn't sure if it was going to actually work or not. So if I can't get it to work with the 40-pin, I will try an 80-pin. Now I do apologize, this computer is loud. I think it's the fans in the power supply. I don't know why they're so loud. There's one here and one on the back, and they just spin up for no reason. I don't think this board's using that much power. So anyway, sorry for the noise in advance. Hopefully it won't come through too badly on the camera here. Alright, so let's fire this up. Okay, so good news, it does see the drive and it does show the proper size. So it's 43 megabytes. Massive, absolutely massive. I could put my entire MP3 collection on here. I could put all my Retzone videos on here. 43 megs is just massive. Okay, so let's get into Windows here. I'm glad I didn't have to specify any of those values. So I don't have any speakers hooked up, so you're not going to hear any of the pretty Windows XP noises. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm getting a little glare here. I'm hoping the glare is not showing on the camera. And a little washed out there, eh? There we go. make the screen more visible. Okay, so the drive is here. Valve Dev.
Bullshit.
Valve Dev? Half-Life 3 source code?
Bullshit.
What? Half-Life 3 source.
No shit.
Nah, bro. Someone's playing a joke on me. Alright. I guess whoever gave me this drive decided to put a little Easter egg on here for me. Half-Life 3 confirmed. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, so this drive shows as 40 whopping megabytes. At the lowest IDE speed possible, which I guess will be PIO mode 1, I guess. Unless there's something lower than PIO, which is programmed input output. Let's try copying a file. Let's see how long the file takes. Okay. Let's see. Game installers. Okay, that one literally fill up the drive. Let's go for GLQuake. GLQuake is 34 megabytes. I hope you can see that. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, that actually wasn't so bad. So if you consider that we just filled up the drive to the point where there's 6 megabytes, that is actually quite fast. Because if you take into consideration, let's take a 1 terabyte hard drive. Hard drive, not SSD. And you want to copy 900 gigs to it. That would take quite a while. Just under an hour, just over an hour, if you're running at SATA 3. I'm not talking about SSDs, talking about mechanical hard drives. So if you consider that we just filled up this entire hard drive in just a couple of minutes, that is actually pretty fast. And considering this is from 91 or 93, if I remember correctly. No, actually it says 3/12/91. That's actually quite fast. I wonder what these cost back in the day. I did go online and try to find like an original ad or flyer or something for this particular model, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know if this was like just an OEM drive that was put into ATs at the time, or ATXs, or XTs. I don't know. It's been so long. Probably XTs, because ATs, I don't think ATs had IDE. So yeah, that's it for this. I just wanted to show what a hard drive looked like back in 1991, a 43 megabyte hard drive, an IDE 43 megabyte hard drive that actually still works and contains the Half-Life 3 beta. There is one more thing I would like to show you. BRB.
A few moments later.
Okay, so what I've done is I've hooked up the hard drive to the power supply that comes with my IDE to USB adapter, because I want to demonstrate just how loud this hard drive is. So I'm going to take my microphone here. And I'm just going to dangle it right here. So here we go. This is it coming on. So yeah, that's pretty loud. Now, what I find funny is when you turn it off, it makes the most horrible noise. So what it is when the platter spins up, it has what's called floating bearings. So when it's at full RPM, the platter actually floats above the bearings and doesn't use them very much. It only uses the bearings to spin up and spin down. But once it's up to speed, it kind of floats. That's why you don't want to move these drives around, because then it'll have a head crash. And these drives, I'm not sure about this one, but ones around this vintage don't park the heads like new drives do. So if you take a new drive, power it down and drop it, it'll be okay. If you power down this one and drop it, it may destroy the platter because it doesn't park the heads. So you don't want to move these around at all when they're spinning. But I'm going to put the microphone next to it and turn it off, and hopefully you can catch the funny noise it makes at the end. Now hopefully you heard that little bit of grinding at the end. I believe that's the platter settling on the bearings. I'm actually impressed that this thing works as well as it does, considering that it's from 1991. It's kind of neat, to be honest. That's the servo motor there that runs the heads. Let me just reattach. And it looks like it's spinning quite fast. And then when the heads are moving around to access data, you can actually see this move back and forth. I guess it's technically a stepping motor or a linear servo or linear actuator. I don't know what the technical name is for it, but yeah, these are totally, absolutely different animals. Well, here's actually this is a SATA one, but here, this is a 200 gig Western Digital that, you know, we're all familiar with. Like, this is what hard drives look like now. Totally encased, hermetically sealed, no dust in or out. These are also sealed. This part's sealed. But they've managed to miniaturize it so so this is a double height, and this is a half height, which is, you know, standard nowadays for 3.5-inch drives. Then of course we got the 2.5-inch drives, but yeah, hard drive technology has come quite a bit. I don't know what the RPMs of this one is, but this is a 7200 RPM. SATA 1 drive, 200 gigs. What's interesting though is it lists 5 volts and 12 volts at 0.8 and 0.6 amps. And this one lists 5 and 12 at 0.9 and 0.9. But I mean, these are actually equal in weight. Like, this one actually weighs quite a bit, so there are probably 2 100 gig platters in here to make up the 200 gigs. And I guess there's probably 1 platter in here doing 20 some odd gig per side, 20 megs per side. But yeah, hard drives have come quite a long ways. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show this really old hard drive and the fact that it actually still works if you have an IDE port on your computer. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more great content from Retzone.ca, and we'll see you in the next video and the video after that, and even more videos after that.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
No shit.
Did I even say the word computer?